Have you ever wondered what truly happens in the bedroom when a woman is deeply in love? It's more than just passion, it's a psychological transformation. Carl Jung, the legendary psychologist who unlocked the secrets of the human soul, discovered that when a woman is completely in love, her subconscious mind takes over in the most revealing ways. And today, we're diving into the 4 intimate behaviors that prove she's not just attracted to you, she's emotionally bound to you on the deepest level. Jung believed that love isn't just an emotion, it's a merging of 2 psyches. When a woman is truly in love, her actions in private reveal hidden truths about her heart, her fears, and even her spiritual connection to you. These aren't just random acts, they're unconscious signals, hardwired into her behavior by the deepest layers of her mind. So what are these 4 behaviors? One involves a shift in how she sleeps. Another reveals her surrendering control in a way she never would with anyone else. And the third? Well, let's just say it's something most men never see coming. If you've ever questioned whether her love is real, these signs don't lie. Stay until the end, because number 3 will shock you. And if you recognize even one of these in your relationship, you might just have something far deeper than you ever realized. Carl Jung's exploration of love and intimacy goes far beyond surface-level attraction. It delves into the very architecture of the human psyche. At the core of his theories lies the concept of the anima and animus, the hidden feminine and masculine energies that reside within each of us. Jung believed that every man carries an unconscious feminine side, the anima, and every woman holds an unconscious masculine aspect, the animus. These aren't just abstract ideas. They shape how we love, desire, and connect with our partners. When a woman is deeply in love, something profound happens. Her animus, that inner masculine energy, begins to harmonize with her partner's anima. This creates a magnetic pull, a sense of wholeness that transcends physical attraction. It's why love at its deepest level feels like coming home. Because, in a psychological sense, it is. The bedroom becomes a sacred space where these unconscious energies dance, where her strength meets his vulnerability and his tenderness meets her fierceness. This integration is what makes love between 2 people feel destined, as if the soul itself recognizes its counterpart. But this deep connection also brings psychological projection into play, one of Jung's most fascinating observations about intimacy. We don't just see our partners for who they are, we unconsciously project our own unmet desires, fears, and ideals onto them. A woman in love doesn't just desire her partner, she sees in him reflections of her own soul's longings. This is why intimacy becomes so revealing. In moments of closeness, her deepest emotions rise to the surface. If she feels safe, she might express adoration, passion, or even insecurities she would never voice in daylight. If she feels uncertain, her body language might betray hesitation even when her words don't. Jung warned that projection can be both beautiful and dangerous. It's the reason love can feel like magic early on, but also why disillusionment can strike when reality clashes with fantasy. The difference between fleeting infatuation and true love? In real love, projections are gradually withdrawn, allowing 2 people to love each other not as symbols, but as flawed, fully human partners. Then there's the shadow self, the part of us we hide from the world, the instincts, desires, and raw emotions we suppress to fit into society. Jung taught that true intimacy requires shadow work because we cannot fully love another until we've faced what we've buried within ourselves. For a woman, this means that the bedroom becomes one of the few places where her shadow is allowed to emerge. If she is deeply in love, she won't just share her body, she'll reveal the parts of herself that no one else gets to see. Maybe it's a playful dominance she'd never show in public, a whispered confession in the dark, or a tearful vulnerability after passion fades. These moments aren't random, they're unconscious admissions of trust. The shadow doesn't speak in words. It speaks in the way she arches her back when she's lost in pleasure, the way she clings to him after climax, or the way she sleeps tangled in his arms. When a woman lets her guard down this completely, it's because her psyche has deemed him safe. And that, according to Jung, is one of the highest forms of love, when two people don't just embrace each other, but also the hidden, imperfect, primal selves they've spent lifetimes learning to hide. Behavior number 1. She prioritizes emotional connection over physical pleasure. When a woman is deeply in love, intimacy transforms into something far more profound than mere physical release. Carl Jung would argue that this shift occurs because her unconscious mind recognizes sex as a sacred act, a merging of psyches, not just bodies. You'll notice she seeks eye contact, not just during moments of passion but in the quiet aftermath, as if she's trying to see into your soul. The pace of intimacy slows, there's less urgency and more savoring. She lingers in the in-between moments, trailing her fingers along your skin, whispering secrets in the dark, or pulling you closer even after the act itself is over. Post-sex, she doesn't rush to disentangle herself. Instead, she nestles into you, craving the warmth of your body as much as the pleasure that came before it. Conversations deepen in these vulnerable hours. She might ask questions she'd never voice in daylight or confess fears she's hidden from everyone else. This behavior stems from what Jung called the collective unconscious, the primal, inherited layer of the psyche that drives us toward bonding, not just mating. For a woman in love, sex isn't just a transaction of pleasure, it's a ritual of connection. Ancient cultures understood this intuitively, treating intimacy as a spiritual practice. Modern hookup culture, with its emphasis on detachment, often severs this link. But when a woman truly loves you, her body and psyche rebel against that emptiness. She needs the emotional fusion to feel fulfilled. If she's content to lie with you in silence, to trace the lines of your face like she's memorizing you, or to fall asleep with her head on your chest, you're not just her lover. You're her sanctuary. Behavior number 2. She reveals her true, unfiltered self. Jung's concept of the shadow, the repressed, instinctual side of ourselves, explains why a woman's deepest love is always accompanied by unguarded authenticity. In public, she may be poised, witty, or reserved, but in the privacy of your bed, her mask slips. You'll see flashes of her shadow self. A goofiness she'd never show her friends, a raw hunger she'd never admit to in daylight, or even a childlike vulnerability that contradicts her usual strength. Maybe she giggles uncontrollably at something silly, or perhaps she clings to you after a nightmare, her voice small in a way you've never heard before. These aren't calculated behaviors, they're unconscious revelations. The shadow doesn't emerge easily. Society teaches women to suppress their unladylike desires, anger, greed, wildness, but love dismantles those restraints. If she playfully bites your shoulder, if she growls your name in passion, or if she lets you see her cry without turning away, it's because her psyche trusts you with what it normally hides. This is why post-intimacy vulnerability is so telling. A woman who rolls away to check her phone is still guarding herself. But if she curls into you, naked in every sense, or if she shares a shameful secret in the dark, she's showing you what Jung called her primal self, the unedited version who exists beneath the persona. That level of exposure is terrifying, which is exactly why it's the ultimate proof of love. Behavior number 3. She initiates and takes control. One of Jung's most radical ideas was the animus, the inner masculine energy that guides a woman's assertiveness, logic, and daring. When a woman is deeply in love, her animus awakens not as a challenge, but as a gift. She might surprise you by initiating sex in ways she never did before, pinning your wrists, whispering what she wants without hesitation, or experimenting with fantasies she'd once blushed to mention. This isn't about role reversal or dominance games. It's about her feeling safe enough to claim her desires through you. The animus thrives in security. If a woman has spent her life being told her sexuality is for male consumption, her true desires go underground. But love acts as a key. You'll notice small shifts first. Maybe she wears your shirt not just because it smells like you, but because it makes her feel powerful in her skin. Then come the bolder moves. The night she climbs on top with a confidence that steals your breath, or the morning she guides your hand where she wants it, her voice leaving no room for doubt. Jung would say this is her animus integrating, not competing. She's not mimicking male energy, she's reclaiming the parts of herself that society told her to abandon. And the miracle? She chose you as the witness. Behavior number 4. She sleeps differently. Sleep is the realm of the unconscious, and Jung saw it as a window into the soul's rawest truths. Watch how a woman sleeps when she's in love. Her body betrays her in ways her waking mind never could. If she's guarded, she'll curl at the edge of the bed, creating space even in rest. But if she's yours completely, she'll seek contact even in dreams, her leg thrown over yours, her hand fisting your shirt like a child clinging to a blanket, or her back pressed flush against your chest as if to say, "I trust you at my most defenseless." The symbolism is ancient. In sleep, we revert to our most primal states. A woman who turns toward you unconsciously is aligning her energy with yours. One who burrows into your neck is breathing you in as sustenance. And if she falls into a deeper sleep beside you than she does alone, it's because her nervous system reads your presence as safety. Jung might argue this is the final surrender of the ego, the ultimate proof that love, at its core, is a return to the instinctual. Her body knows before her mind does. You are home. Carl Jung's most urgent warning about modern relationships was this: we have stripped intimacy of its soul. In an era of dating apps and casual hookups, we've reduced sex to a transaction, bodies connecting without psyches ever touching. But the 4 behaviors we've explored are the antidote to this emptiness. They're not just quirks, they're evidence of a bond so rare that Jung himself would call it alchemical. When a woman prioritizes emotional connection over physical release, when she reveals her shadow self without shame, when her animus rises to meet you in passion, and when she sleeps like she's found her safe harbor, you're witnessing something ancient. This isn't just love, it's a recognition at the level of the unconscious. And in a world where most relationships are built on convenience, these signs are your confirmation. What you have is real. The tragedy of modern dating is that many men will go their entire lives without experiencing this depth. Hookup culture trains people to fear vulnerability, to see sex as a performance rather than a language. Women learn to armor themselves, to fake pleasure, to hide their shadows, to never let a man see them truly need. That's why these 4 behaviors are your compass. If she does them, she's defying the conditioning of an entire generation. She's chosen you as the exception to every rule she's been taught. And that's not something you find on a swipe right app. It's something you earn through presence, patience, and the courage to be just as vulnerable in return. Jung once wrote, "Love is not about possession. It's about mutual recognition." If a woman exhibits these 4 behaviors, she's not just with you, she's seen you at a level most people never will. And in seeing you, she's given you the rarest gift, the chance to know yourself more deeply. Her love becomes a mirror, reflecting back the parts of you that even you've forgotten. That's why these signs matter. They're proof that in a world of surface-level connections, you've found something older, wiser, and far more enduring. So if you recognize them, if she sleeps differently with you, if she leads in bed without apology, if she laughs or cries in your arms without restraint, don't take it for granted. What you have isn't just a relationship. It's a living testament to what love was always meant to be. So let's revisit what we've uncovered today. When a woman is deeply in love, her behavior in intimacy transforms in 4 profound ways. First, she prioritizes emotional connection over physical pleasure. Sex becomes a sacred union of souls. Second, she reveals her true, unfiltered self, the shadow side she hides from the world. Third, she initiates and takes control, embracing her inner masculine energy with trust. And finally, she sleeps differently, her unconscious body language proving she feels safe in your arms. These aren't just random acts, they're unconscious signals, hardwired into her psyche, that she's bonded to you on the deepest level. Now we want to hear from you. Have you noticed these behaviors in your relationship? Do you recognize that shift in how she sleeps, or the way she opens up in ways she doesn't with anyone else? Drop a comment below and tell us which of these 4 signs resonated most with you. Your stories bring these psychological truths to life, and we read every single one. If this breakdown opened your eyes to the hidden psychology of love, don't stop here. Hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and turn on notifications so you never miss our deep dives into human connection. Because understanding love isn't just about romance. It's about decoding the unconscious forces that draw us together. And speaking of decoding, in our next video, we're flipping the script. You've just learned how a woman's love manifests in intimacy, but what about men? Next time, we'll reveal 3 male behaviors that secretly mean he's obsessed, another Jungian breakdown that will change how you see his actions forever. Trust us, you won't want to miss it. Until then, keep paying attention to the whispers of the unconscious, because the body never lies.